Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It's late. It is 3:52 a.m. and I woke up, went to bed last night. What time did I go to bed? To bed at about 11 o'clock. I have one of my cranberry Sprites. And that one actually is not too bad. I can taste it. Getting a little bit taste of cranberry in there. I think the more I drink them, I can taste the cranberry. But anyway, I went to bed about 11 o'clock with Alex. He and Sarah went to this like housewarming party of the parents of a friend of theirs. And they were only there for like an hour. And then they stopped on the way home and they got hot box pizza. By that point, I had already eaten. They brought hot box pizza home. And the three of us sat around and just kind of laughed and talked and told stories and stuff. And then Sarah left to go home. And Alex and I went to bed. And yeah, and then I slept until about 3:30. Which will be fine. But tomorrow I have somewhere I have to be. Kind of early, well not early like 8, but like early for me. This sobriety commitment that I have tomorrow for most of the afternoon. So I have that tomorrow, and I want to be rested for it, so I have that tomorrow to do. Yeah, today was a good day. Just lazed around in all honesty. Let's see, I got up today and I went and got coffee. And then what did I do after that? I went to the post office later because I wanted to mail all this stuff off from my review channel, like all the weddings. But the line, what's in my mouth? The line was so incredibly long. There was just like ice on the street right there, and I was just thinking that I was seeing like somebody that I follow on Instagram is in Chicago right now, and there's like so much snow on the streets and stuff. I was like, how are they 2.5 hours north of us? I mean, I know that they're off the lake and whatever, you know, but I was like, how are they 2.5 hours north of us and they have all this snow and ice and we don't have any down here? And I don't think we're supposed to be getting any before Christmas either. I'd like to get a little bit of snow, you know, maybe just some flurries or something even. It definitely feels like Christmas with the weather. But anyway, I went to the post office and it was packed, and I was like, oh, I cannot today with this. So from there, I drove to the kennel, and I wanted to visit Tanya, and so her car was there, so I went inside, but her husband, Eric, had been driving her car, so she wasn't there. She was actually at home taking a nap, and I sat there and I talked to the girls for a little bit, and then I left, and then from there, I went to Walgreens to buy, I wanted to try somewhere different because in all honesty, Meijer has a lot of gift cards, but they're like a lot of the same gift cards. So they have like Visa, but they have like 10 different kinds of Visas or 5 different kinds of Visas, you know what I mean? Or MasterCard, but then, so like I wanted to try somewhere different to see if they had different gift cards for the giveaway, and thank God I went to Walgreens because they had a lot of different ones over there. So I went to Walgreens and I got like 6 or 7, I don't even remember how many now, I think 6 gift cards for my next couple giveaways. And then they had this like Soap and Glory beauty box at the counter, like on display. And so I got that. I went back into the back and got one where they had them. And I did that as a review video today, which I didn't expect that I was going to do that. I was actually going to do this advent calendar that's a Christmas tree that I should have probably started 11 days ago because it's like you put a different ornament on it every day. I don't know anything about it. I got it on Amazon. I'm going to probably do that one tomorrow. But if I don't get home too late from this recovery thing. So I did that, and then I came home and I filmed a video for my drama channel. I wanted to film videos for all of my channels, but it was getting really late by that point. Because I just like ran around and I talked on the phone and just did a bunch of crap. So anyway, I like reading that billboard is like what they had written was so long. And so I came home and I filmed a drama video, and then I filmed my review. Oh, then Alex came home and he like turned around and left real quick. Sarah picked him up. And then, anyway, I filmed the videos and got those up. And that was about that. And then, I ate horribly. I had a Impossible Whopper. I just was like so hungry. I just wanted to eat comfort food. And I watched, what did I watch? I don't even remember what I watched now. Oh, I watched The Real Housewives of Orange County because there was nothing else saved, and I didn't want to like start some new show and get into it when I was just going to sit there and watch TV for like 15 minutes. So I was almost done eating when they called and said they were on their way home. And that they were stopping and getting a pizza and bringing it home, and did I want anything? And, but by that point I had already eaten, so I didn't want anything. That was my exciting day. My exciting day. I talked to a lot of people on the phone today, too. I feel like I did something else, but I don't remember what it is. It's 23 degrees outside. It feels cold. Where is my one lip balm in here? There it is. And then tonight, oh, when I got up tonight, I was like looking at like booking a trip to Dallas for our friend's wedding. And I was like looking at different hotels that you guys had suggested and stuff, and then hotels that our friend who lives there had suggested, and on and on and on. So I have received, you guys, like this never happens when I go out of town. Like I have gotten so many emails from people saying like, you know, like you always say that when you're out of town, like you'd like to meet up with people if there are people that live there, or, you know, whatever, or like, oh, I'd love to meet with you while you're in Dallas and whatever. I would love to do some kind of like formal meet and greet while I'm out there, because I feel bad, because I literally probably received, I mean, 5 to 10 people saying that they want to meet up with me while I'm in Dallas. You guys, we're literally going to be there, I think like 2 or 3 nights, and we have stuff booked the entire time. Like we have the night that we get there, the day that we get there, we have like wedding stuff the entire day. And then the next day, we're doing stuff, I think, okay, no. So if we go in on Thursday, we have like stuff that we have to do like that day, like wedding stuff, and then Friday is the wedding. And then that'll take us through the night probably. And then Saturday, we have a very, very good friend of ours. It was like Alex's closest friend when I first met him. Well, I mean, like Sarah's his best friend, but his closest like gay friend that used to like hang out and do stuff with us all the time and whatever. Like he moved to New York, and then he just recently moved to Dallas like a year or 2 ago. And we only see him when he comes back to Indianapolis, and we haven't seen him like in his like own turf. So we need to spend some time with him. And so we're gonna like hang out with him, go to his place, go out that night on Saturday night. So that's like all day, like Saturday we're doing stuff with him, and then Sunday we fly out. So unless I find the time to have like an hour or 2 where I can say like, hey you guys, I'm gonna be at such and such Starbucks or whatever, which I'm gonna see if maybe we can do that. Like I don't know that that's gonna be a reality. And I appreciate everybody like reaching out and stuff, but I think if we like Dallas, we will probably go back at some point, you know, in the next year or 2. It's like San Diego, we love San Diego, so we want to go back to San Diego. But I don't want anybody to feel like I'm putting them off. This is not the trip where we're specifically going out there for the wedding and to see our friend. And in all honesty, because we have so many other trips planned, if our friend didn't live out there, we probably would fly out there Friday morning for the wedding and fly back on Saturday. I mean, in all honesty, we probably would. But, yeah. So, but since he lives out there, we want to see him and hang out there with him and stuff like that. And, you know, just see what his life is like out there. Because we haven't seen him. We haven't hung out and, like, gone out, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I'll let you guys know where we're going. So if we're like, you know, like out at the gay bars or something like that, and you guys want to like meet up or whatever, like, feel free to come out and have a dance with Peter Monn. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to keep it a secret or anything like that, but at the same time, like, I'm just not going to have like time to like do that kind of stuff, if that makes sense. So I just want to make that clear, because I've gotten a lot of emails from people and I'm starting to feel bad. And I don't want anybody to feel like I'm putting them off. I need to go through, this is a different post office, but I keep on forgetting to mail this letter that I need to mail. My windshield is so bad, you guys. I need to come out here and clean it off. Horrible. Where is the mailbox? I listen to this channel all day long. Oh, well, right now I'm listening to the book. Well, I started a new Christmas book. I'll tell you about it in a second. But all day long I listen to, let me make sure I turn I listen to, oh my God, this is my favorite, Ray Conniff, the Ray Conniff Singers, Ray Conniff and the Ray Conniff Singers. I listen to 73 Holiday Traditions, Jazz, Standard, and Classicals. Anyway, it's all like music from like the 40s and 50s. And I'm really into it, you guys. It's like Frank Sinatra and all that kind of stuff. Ray Conniff, who like nobody knows who that is. I didn't even know who that was until I started listening to this. Do I have a stamp on this? Yes, I do. And so, it's kind of taken me back in time a little bit. I think I want to watch White Christmas. I haven't watched White Christmas in a couple of years. I'm going to have to take this coat off, and I'm afraid I'm going to get cold, but like this coat is like twisting sideways on me while I'm driving. Oh yeah, it's going to be a little chilly, but this coat is like twisting sideways on me. Okay. I was like thinking about this wedding while I was looking at hotels and stuff, and I was thinking, I would really, like, I hope to God I can get in shape at some point. And I was like, I would really like to be able to get into shape where I could wear like a really cute suit and tie out there to the wedding. Do you guys want to see the Christmas lights through here? Since people ask me to. Here, I'm gonna turn this around so you guys can see it. It's downtown Fishers, Indiana. And I'm gonna drive you guys through the Christmas lights here for a second that they have. Christmas time is here. This is so pretty. I'm kind of sad I can't drive through the John Deere area this year. This is where, I was gonna say this is where Christy, I don't even know a Christy. I mean, I know a few Christies, but I don't have any good friends that are Christies. Okay, now you can't even see it because it's way over here, so. But, what was I gonna say? This is where Tanya wanted to drive through here the other night and see everything that was going around. She was like, go drive through so we can see the Christmas lights. And I was like, what for, Tanya? I was like, they're the same Christmas lights everywhere that you see. Like, here they are. They are pretty, though. But you can't, like, now I have them on my camera, but I don't think you can really see anything. Can you guys see them? I guess you kind of can. I'm kind of trying to, like, I don't know. This is where that Woofstock thing was that Tanya did, that concert that we went to. and I met up with my sponsor. They have some pretty lights in there, but you'd have to kind of like walk around to see it. So anyway, we'll get back on the road and tell some stories. Tell some stories, morning glories. Yeah, but I was like, that would be really nice if I could like maybe lose a little bit of weight or get into shape before the wedding and wear like a cute little suit. Because I'm always so uncomfortable when I go to weddings and stuff because like whatever suit I have never fits me, and I actually have some really, really beautiful suits from back in the day. Here they are, here's some more lights. I actually have some really beautiful suits from back in the day that I haven't worn in forever because they haven't wanted to try to even fit for a long, long time. I actually, on a man, I really just like a black suit with a long black tie and a white shirt. Like, I think that's a very sexy look. I saw this guy the other day, and he like, it was so busy, this like suit and tie and shirt and everything that he had on, and I don't dislike that look, you know, like when you have like, you know, like a striped shirt with like a plaid tie. And I mean, back in the day, you know, we always thought that stuff didn't go together or whatever, but like I'm talking about like when it's very like, you know, like it just works, you know what I'm talking about. Here's more lights right here, these Christmas tree lights. But anyway, I don't necessarily dislike all that, but I also really just like simplicity in suits for men. Like, I typically, when we go to a wedding or something, I'll wear like a navy blue suit and then like a navy blue, I have this Nicole Miller tie that is absolutely beautiful. Like just a very simple, like, you know, like navy blue tie, or with a white shirt, I think is just always really nice, you know, and I like to kind of keep it simple like that. But I would like the option of being able to do something different, like wear a bow tie or something. And I will tell you one thing, and you can't talk me out of this because this is just how I feel. When you are heavier, bow ties look ridiculous. I've tried to wear bow ties since I have gained a bunch of weight. I've never actually worn a bow tie like with a suit to like anything serious, because when I got some bow ties and I wanted to wear them to things that were serious, I had by that point gained a bunch of weight, and it doesn't, like, it's not a great look. And you also feel like you're strangling yourself. Ties are not comfortable when you're heavy. I mean, ties aren't comfortable, period, but like, I don't mind wearing a tie. I know people are probably surprised. They're like, you know, like, oh, Peter always wears a hat and a t-shirt or a hat and a hoodie and whatever, and I do. Like, I always like to be comfortable during the day, but like, I do enjoy dressing up from time to time. I just don't enjoy doing it every single day. I could not work in a field where I like had to do that every single day. And thank God I, you know, have been blessed I have to do that. When I, you know, worked in treatment, I was like, you know, it was business casual every day, and we could wear like polo shirts with khakis, and that's pretty much what I did every single day. I wear like polo shirts, I'd wear like button downs, or I would wear like sweater vests. I had like this Abercrombie sweater vest, and I would wear like a shirt underneath it with like a tie and like jeans or khakis, and you know, very much that look. But I like dressing nice. It's just when you're heavier, it's just not comfortable, you know? I mean, like, in all honesty, and this is gonna sound, I mean, for people out there that can't stand me, they're gonna live for this story, but if you're heavier, you'll know what I'm talking about and you'll totally relate. You get out of the shower and you start getting ready, and by the time that you are done getting dressed, you are so huffing and puffing, throwing on socks and everything else, that it's like you're sweating again, and it's like... And then it's so frustrating, that whole process, that it's like you almost don't even want to go, right? So I always aim for something comfortable these days, because I would rather be comfortable in the process of getting ready as well as going than get there and just be like uncomfortable in a shirt that's too tight and a belt that's too tight. You know, it's just not fun. Then you don't even want to participate in whatever you're doing, you know what I mean? And that's not it. And so when I talk about my weight and I talk about the superficiality of it, like wearing clothes that I want to wear, it's not just about, well, I can't wear these clothes because I don't feel like I look cute in them. It's also about, it's not comfortable getting ready to put those clothes on. I mean, that's a real thing. Like, if you had told me that when I was thinner before I had ever gained a bunch of weight, I would never have believed that. But like, there are days I'm sitting there and it's like, okay, to put on my socks, in all honesty, over my gut is like, it's like hard to do. Like, I know that sounds ridiculous. People are living for this. My haters are absolutely living for this, but I feel like I just need to talk about this because this is the honest to God's truth, and there's somebody out there that relates to this. And if one person relates to this, it's worth a million haters talking to me and laughing at me about it, and I don't really care. But the reality is, when you are that heavy that it is uncomfortable to get dressed, like not every day, but like, you know, for some special occasion or whatever, that's a problem. Like, that is seriously a problem, and that is not missed on me. Oh, excuse me. And that is not missed on me. I don't want that anymore. Like, I don't want to be heavy like that anymore, where I don't, like, I just dread even getting ready to go to something fancy because it's like, it's going to be uncomfortable to get, you know, dressed. Like, I don't want to do that. And I want to be able to go and be comfortable in what I'm in, you know? Like, in all honesty, I mean, like, and y'all know I relate to myself as like a heavier fat person, but like, these are heavier problems, you know? The other thing is, you go and then you're like, well, I want to be comfortable while I'm at dinner, okay? And you don't want to wear something. Like, here's the problem in sizes, right? Like, let's say for me, I'm between, like, sometimes, like, if I get a dress shirt, because dress shirts are a lot of times for men, slim fitting, well, that can mean the difference between, like, an XL and a 2XL is literally, like, a 2XL is way too big, and an XL, for me, is a little tight. Wearable, and looks fine, but it's a little tight. And so if I wear an XL, I think to myself, okay, I can get the XL if I'm like shopping and I can wear this tonight. But if I do, then the reality is if I eat anything or do anything, I feel like this keeps on going out of focus. If I do anything, then it's gonna be uncomfortable and it's gonna feel like it's like busting at the seams, and I don't wanna do that either, you know? So it's like, what do you do if you're between sizes? This is like the reality of the deal, right? That we don't want to ever talk about because we're too embarrassed to talk about. And I don't care. I'm just going to talk about what I want to talk about from now on. I'm not, people want to make fun of me about it or whatever, they can have at it. But I'm going to talk about this stuff because I think it's important, and I think there's people out there that relate to it. You know, it's like, these are things that people struggle with. And, you know, we want to look cute too. You know, people that are heavier want to look cute too, and there's just not a lot of cute clothes out there, or the clothes don't look cute on you when you're heavier, you know? It's like my husband and I, what did we buy? It was like we bought the same exact shirt back in the day. Oh, we had like both gone to Target on the same day. If you guys have watched my videos for a while, like my Peter Monn videos, you'll remember, my drama channel videos, you'll remember what I'm talking about. I have this blue shirt, okay? It's like a t-shirt, but it's kind of like a dressier t-shirt, and it has like designs on it. And it's kind of like a woven t-shirt. Oh, it's gonna stop, hold on. Okay, it's kind of like a woven t-shirt. Well, I think I got it at Target, and Alex got it at Target. We both got it the same day. And, or around the same day or something, but we didn't know the other person had bought it. It looks so, I mean, it looks so adorable on him, you know, and it's like, I'm not a big lover of tank tops either, but like, I really can't wear a tank top. I mean, that is just, it's not attractive whatsoever. And so it is hard, you know, to wear stuff, and it's not just about looking good in it, it's about feeling comfortable in it, feeling comfortable to be out in public wearing it, you know, and not being super conscious of it, and, you know, thinking that everybody's staring at you, or, which that is never really the case anyway. But it's how it feels. And, so yeah, I just need to stop complaining about it and do something about it, is the truth, you know? So So anyway, what else was I going to talk about? Oh, I started a new book. Did I say on here that I finished the Mistletoe Manor? Okay, so I finished The Murder at Mistletoe Manor. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was absolutely adorable. It felt very much to me like watching a play at some small... I tweeted this out, and I think I tweeted this to her, and I said that, I think I said this in my tweet, that it felt very much like being in a small country playhouse and watching this as a play, because the whole thing takes place kind of like I could imagine it like being a play, and like the main stage would be like the parlor, like the check-in area of this. So it takes place at Mistletoe Manor. It's an inn. It's like a bed and breakfast kind of thing, but it's bigger than a bed and breakfast, but kind of the same idea. And then I can imagine like the whole thing being a play with like the main stage maybe to the left, and you could actually see the walls in it, you know, and then over here would be like the dining area, and then you could actually see the stairs would be up like in the middle of like the stage, and you could see like the opening instead of the doors. Like I could totally see how this would work, and it would play out so well, and they could even like kind of like do the stage on like a turn thing or whatever, that it could really work well. But anyway, it was so cute, and it took place during a blizzard, which I love, and it was just, I mean, it was a good mystery. I have to say, I thought I had it figured out, okay? And then, I thought I had it figured out. I mean, it's not the world's deepest mystery in the entire world, let's just be for real, okay? I mean, it's not like, you know, whatever. But I thought I had it figured out, and I totally did not have it figured out. But then I kind of had it figured out, but not really. But it's not really about that anyway. It's not like if you could figure it out, it doesn't really matter. But it's just really cute the way that she does it. And it's a lot of like townspeople as well, like the police department. And she paints them as being just really stupid. Like, not stupid like cops are stupid, but like she paints them very much like, like just like silly, like small town cops that like aren't used to dealing with murder and stuff like that. And like, anyway, all these people are like die, and they like rule it out as being like accidents every time, and she's like, there's no way that this can be an accident like every single time, you know? So anyway, and it's just like everything that could go wrong with her buying this inn is like going wrong. And she has these 2 people that work for her, and their names are Myrtle. So the main woman's name is Clorinda, and she's the innkeeper, and she's like 34. She'll be 35 in March is what it says. And then her like assistant, I don't know what this woman's job is. She's like the housekeeper / assistant. Her name is Myrtle, and she's like in her 60s, and she's just really hilarious. And she does like stuff behind Clorinda's back. Like, she keeps on telling her that she needs to get a Christmas tree, and Clorinda's like, we don't have it in our budget. Like, we don't have the kind of money. And she's like, you need to just call down. There's this place in town that you can call, and they'll just come and set up a Christmas tree with like, you know, garland and like, what do you call that when you put, you know, around a Christmas skirt and all this kind of stuff, and fake presents. We don't have, and they keep on going back and forth, and she's like, well, we don't have it in our budget. And so like the people just show up, and with the Christmas tree, and she's like, who ordered this? And they're like, somebody named Myrtle. I mean, it's just kind of that. It's slapstick. It's real funny. It almost kind of like played, I think maybe why I enjoyed it is because it kind of like read like an old time radio show or something. It was just really well done. And then she has this chef, and his name is, of course, Pierre. And they read him, like, on the narrator read him just like you would read a Pierre, you know, in any other book. But yes, you know what I mean? Like, and he's like, oh, but what? Do you not like my soup? You know, it was like that. And so Myrtle and Clorinda, and people are just being killed left and right. And Myrtle and Clorinda and Pierre are like hiding together in parts of like the inn because they're so afraid they're gonna get killed. But they're trying to solve the murder at the same time. It's real cute, you guys. Anyway, I was so taken with it, and so then I finished it, and so I wanted to start something new. I'm gonna put my coat just right there. And so I wanted to finish something new, and I was gonna start, so I bought all of these what's his name? The one that wrote the Mistletoe Manor, all these mistletoe books. The one that wrote the Mistletoe Secret. Something Evans. Paul. It'll come to me in a second. I was telling my friend Valerie about it yesterday, and it came to me while I was talking about it. Anyway, Richard Paul Evans. He's the one that wrote, like, The Gift, I think, and all those. The real fan. He writes Christmas books like crazy. But anyway, I bought, like, 3 of his, and then I have the Augustin Burroughs book. And I was like, okay, I have 2 weeks left till Christmas. Yes, I say I'm going to listen to all of them, but what's the chance that I will? So I was like, what can I finish between now and Christmas? What do I really want to finish this year? Well, I bought the Augustin Burroughs book last year, and I never finished it. It's called Better Not Cry, Stories for Christmas. And it has this huge stand on the front of it, and he's, like, flashing somebody. But anyway, so if you don't know, like, my husband very rarely reads, like, almost never. But when I met him, that house is so pretty, but my God, they have every light on in the house. Is that new? These houses right here are, like, massive. I don't know if you can see these, but they're, like, they sit way back. We're real close to where Melissa and Jason live. Do you see these? I mean, they're, like, kind of palatial compounds. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, when I met Alex, we were talking about reading, okay? Now, you know, like, when you first start dating somebody, or if you go on a first date or second date or whatever, you might say some things that, like, they're not necessarily lies, but you play them up a little bit, like, just because you want to get along with that person a little bit. You know what I'm saying, right? So he told me that he really likes to read. And I said, oh, really? And he goes, yeah. And I said, well, what have you read? Well, he had basically read everything by Augustin Burroughs. And he had read, like, 1 book by Chelsea Handler. I think she had 1 book out by then, maybe. And anyway, so he did read when we first got together a little bit, but he would only read autobiographies, and they were all we went over to the bookshelf tonight to go look at them, and he was like, where are my books at? And I go, this is your whole bookshelf right here. These are all your books that you got, you know, since we dated. So he has read all of the Augustin Burroughs books, except for, like, the newest one that just came out. And the last one he even read, because I bought him a copy of it, I think, and I either bought him a copy of it, I don't know, but it was like, he read that one. And so he loves the Chelsea Handler books, and then he loves Tucker Max, who wrote I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell. And he likes comedian kind of, like, books like that, like, you know, funny commentary on life and the world. Excuse me. So tonight we were talking because, like, okay, so anyway, when we first started dating, we would, like, go to brunch, but I don't think we went to Patashu always on Sundays. I don't remember that. But anyway, then we would go to, like, Barnes & Noble or Borders afterwards, and we would kind of stroll and look at books, and he would get a coffee, and then we would, like, look at books and whatever, and, like, I would, like, you know, get us both a book or whatever, and then we would go home. And we would, like, sit around sometimes and read in the afternoon. And then, this is a true story, you guys, how Alex and I used to spend our Sundays. And then we would sit, like, in the winter, we would sit around and we would read for, like, an hour or two, you know, and be romantical and all that stuff afterwards. And then we would, you know, like, take a nap, and then we would get up and go eat dinner somewhere. And then we would come back to the house, and at this point, you know, we only had Pee-Pee. And we would, watch, like, we would, like, go to the Red Box and get a movie. And that was, like, our Sunday evenings. And so, those ornaments were very interesting on that tree. They're, like, long, dangly things. So anyway, long, dangly ornaments. So anyway, tonight, I was telling Alex about the book because I kind of had forgotten what Augustin Burroughs is like. So if you don't know who Augustin Burroughs is, he's gay and he's an author. And I mean, it doesn't really matter that he's gay, but it kind of does because it plays into a lot of what he writes about. And he has written, like, it's all autobiographical work. So he writes a book of essays, and then he also writes autobiographies. And the first book of his that I ever actually read was Dry. I think I went backwards. So the first book I ever read was Dry. Why can't I remember? They made his first book into a movie with Annette Bening, because, like, in this book they keep on talking about his mom, and all I can think about is Annette Bening. Oh, shoot. Well, there's the Wolf at the Table, which is about his dad being an alcoholic. And then there is Better Not Cry. There's like, he has like 5 books. But Dry is his story about him getting sober. And he goes to this treatment program. And let me just tell you, that is like the real deal. Like, when I read that book, like, that was the real deal about treatment. Like, I was like, okay, he has been to treatment. Like, this is the real deal. This is what you go through. Why can't I remember what that book is called? The Augustin Burroughs book. The one they made into the movie. It had a great soundtrack. Augustin. Why can't I spell his name? Burroughs. There it is. It's Ian. Toil and Trouble is his newest one. Dry. Running with Scissors. What is that one called? What is this? I've never heard of this. This is not by him. This is by David Fitzpatrick. Oh, it's about a cutter. What did I just call it? Oh my god, I'm losing my mind, you guys. Running with Scissors. Yeah, that book was weird. The movie was, I mean, the movie I didn't like as much as the book, and I thought the book was better, and I actually did read the book before the movie came out. The soundtrack was fantastic, but it was so weird. I think Uma Thurman was in it too. She played the sister, like, or the foster sister or something. He goes to live with his psychiatrist is what it's about. It was a true story. And, but it covers some dark subjects. And this is the thing, is that, like, Augustin Burroughs, like, writes and talks about things that are really, really, like, dark. I was gonna say effing dark, but he talks about things that are really dark, but in a comical way. And so, like, I'm listening to this book, You Better Not Cry, which is Christmas stories, right? It's just, I don't even know what to say, you guys. It's about, okay, like, there's this one scene, you guys, I can't even talk about it. It's in the first story, and I'm just, like, sitting there, and I'm like, oh my god, like, oh my god, like, oh my god. I'm just like, oh my god, like, it's just too much, right? But he just writes with such, like, authenticity that it's just, you can't, like, you can't fault him for that, right? Like, that is what makes him admirable as a writer, but sometimes it's just like, oh my god, what am I listening to, or what am I reading, you know? But I'm glad that I'm listening to it. I really wanted to read it because I read the David Sedaris Holidays on Ice last year, and then I feel like I've read the 2 big essayists. But if you want to read a really great treatment memoir, why is it go? You guys, the focus is so bad on this camera anymore. But if you want to read a really good treatment memoir, Dry is fantastic. I mean, absolutely fantastic. It's probably my favorite treatment memoir ever. You know, there's something sharper about this Sprite, though. There's something that tastes, like, more carbonated about it. I don't know how to explain it. I still don't taste... I mean, I guess I can, like, if I'm really trying, I can kind of taste a hint of cranberry. But, like, it was interesting because somebody said to me, I got a comment, and somebody said it tastes like carbonated, like, sparkling water that has, like, cranberry taste to it. And then somebody else was like, I can't believe you can't taste the cranberry. Like, that's all I taste, right? And so I was like, okay, I really want to give it the benefit of the doubt. And, like, I tried it again, and I was like, I don't taste anything. I swear to God, that Walgreens was 24 hours, and I just looked over and it was closed. And I was like, they took the sign down that says 24 hours. But I really can't, like, you know, like, you can tell there's something different to it. Like, that's the thing. But if you handed me this and you said, okay, tell me what the taste is, I would never in a million years guess cranberry. I'm gonna tell you what I would get, maybe guys. Somebody said cinnamon. I don't taste the cinnamon in it at all. I would almost kind of say like blackberry or something, or raspberry. Like, there's almost kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost kind of like that, kind of like a berry fruit kind of taste to it. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter, but it's good. I like it. It's just, it wouldn't be my go-to, but because Teresa sent it to me, which Teresa I saw up in the comments telling people that she didn't like it either a whole lot, but I mean, it's good. I will say it's better than Sprite, regular Sprite, but it tastes very similar to regular Sprite. It just tastes like almost more carbonated or fresher is what it tastes like. But I'm not gonna let it go to waste, you know? So, thank you, Teresa. Last year, you guys, I read 42 books. I think I read 42 books last year. I think I screenshot my challenge, so I'll have to go back and see. And this year, well, I'm at 39 books right now. So when I finish the Augustin Burroughs book, that will be 40. And then I have like 3 weeks left, 3 or 4 weeks left. I have 3 weeks left. So I think I'm gonna come out between like, well, just to play it safe, probably between like 42 and 45 books. Every time I talk about this, people are like, why do you care how many books you read, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's kind of a booktube thing. I don't know how to explain it. And a Goodreads thing. I mean, Goodreads does the Goodreads challenge every year where you can like put in how many books that you would really like to read and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, maybe I will. The most books that I've read since I've been on Goodreads is 62. So maybe next year, I'll aim for 62. Or I'll aim for 63. Maybe I won't aim for 100. Maybe I'll aim for 63. Because 63 has been... Is that right? Then that means that would have to have been last year. Okay, hold on a second. So this is my 3rd year on BookTube, right? 1, 2, 3. – 2019, 2018, 2017. 17. I started in 2016 now. My BookTube channel. 16 to 17, 17 to 18, 16 to 17, 17 to 18, 18 to 19. Okay, so yes. So 16, 17, 18, 19. This is my 4th year on BookTube. And so this is my 4th year on Goodreads. I mean, it's like my 3rd year doing BookTube. 1 year I had 32. Last year I had, okay, so 2018 would have been 42. My first year I had 30 something. So my 2nd year is when I must have had 62. So I had 62 and then I had 42, I think. I wish you could go back and, does anybody know how you can go back and find your exact numbers? Because I have no idea. I'm like, not sure what my exact numbers are, but I would kind of like to know. But I think it was 2 years ago that I had 62. I think that's the most I've read a year since I've been on BookTube. So maybe next year I'll set my goal for 63. Or maybe I'll just set it for 65. I know I haven't read 65. And then if I read 100, I read 100. And if I don't, I don't. You know? And then I don't beat myself up about it. I wish they would keep that on there though, that you could like go back and see. I've looked on there. Maybe on the computer you can do it, but like from the app, I can't figure it out. So anyway, and people are always like, well, why do you care, you know, that you read 100 books a year? Isn't it the enjoyment of reading and things like that? Yeah, that's true, but it's like with runners, you know, I think, or anybody else that's like, you know, set goals for themselves with their hobbies, it's like you still want to, you know, do those, meet maybe some achievement goals and things like that. I think going into the year 2020, like, I want to try to read some different kind of books, but I just really want to read, like, voraciously in 2020. Like, I really want to read a lot. I love reading. I want to get back to reading as much as I used to. I mean, I still listen to a lot of audiobooks, and I always have one book going at home, but it just, you know, very rarely do I, like, read that much, you know what I mean? But I really want to get back to it in 2020, because I miss it. I actually found a new book tonight that I think I'm going to get. I think one of the books that I'm really into, and this is a cause of Blake Crouch, is I think I'm really into these kind of like science fiction thrillers or mysteries. I don't even know what genre I would call that. But with like his Blake Crouch's Dark Matter and Recursion, like I loved those, and I also loved the Pine series that I read this year. Well, when I was on Goodreads tonight, I was looking up some book. I can't remember what I was looking up, but underneath it, it said people also enjoyed. I think it might have been a Blake Crouch book I was looking up. I was looking up something about, I don't know what I was looking up. But anyway, it said people also enjoyed, and I found this new book that just came out. And it's about this woman, and she has some personal tragedy, but she starts remembering things from her past, and her husband is like a physicist, and he does like, he's like trying to do something with time travel or something. Like, I'm like really interested in those books that take like the science fiction element, but kind of like weave them through like modern day like mysteries or books that are going on like right now. Like, I really enjoy that. And I think that's what I'm going to read a lot of going forward. I don't know what you would even call that. You know, I don't even know what you would call that genre, but I really enjoy that. That kind of science fiction, mystery element. I don't know what... Does that have an title? Yeah, I'm going to call it Science Fiction Mystery. I'm going to name it right now. Science Fiction Mystery. And that's what we're going to call it from now on. It was at the end of the Science Fiction Mystery. Usually people kind of like, at this time, they're usually like getting up and they're kind of like out and about. You see a lot of people like running on the streets at 4:30, 4:40 in the morning. Here's my question, okay? Being that, like, people often, like when I talk to people, like in my real life, which I mean off YouTube, they'll say, what time do you go to bed? And I'll say, well, like a lot of times, often I go to bed, you know, early, but then I'll get up and I go vlog, and then I come home. And, or then I go vlog and then I come home. So what time do you go to bed? Like, finally. Oh, you know, 5 or 6 or something like, you go to bed at 5 or 6 in the morning? And I'm like, yes. I'm sorry that my schedule that has absolutely no effect on your life whatsoever upsets you so much. Oh my God, I just can't imagine going to bed at 5 or 6. Well, you don't have to. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't affect you. It's how I choose to live my life. I was thinking about this the other day, though. I was like, I don't know how in hell's bells I used to get up at like 5:30, 6 in the morning, and I was at work by 7. I don't know how I did it. I mean, I've always not like, I can sleep, don't get me wrong, I can sleep 10 or 12 hours, but I've always been okay on about 6 to 7 hours, right? So I guess I must have back in the day gone to bed at like 11 and just, you know, I don't really remember. It just seems like you miss out so much on life when you could. I don't know. I know people are like, yeah, you're missing out a lot because you're like up when nobody else is. But, you know, like, I don't know. But I do think it's funny when people say that to me, and I'm like, okay, but you get up at 4:30 in the morning, and you go running, and you come home and take a shower, and get ready for work, and then do all this, you know, and whatever, and they're like, well, that's what normal people do, and I'm like, normal people do not get up at 4:30 in the morning and go put running shoes on, okay? I think that is called structured living, and I probably could really, my life would improve if I lived that way, but no, like, I don't know a lot of people that live their life like that, you know what I mean? But it's funny because right about now is when I start seeing people coming out. Like, you'll see a lot of people actually out, like when I'm driving around between like I would say like 4:45, 5 o'clock in the morning. You start seeing a lot of people come out. I have friends of mine that get up about this time and they go running. I swear to God, I just said that, and here's this guy right here running. But friends of mine will, oh no, he's walking, he's got a backpack on. He's probably going up here to the Dunkin' Donuts because it's time to make the donuts. Where did I go? That they told me that they have to go, where was I? They have to be there at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't remember where I was. They told us that. Where did we go? Or where was I? And that's probably in some video. You guys probably remember. I'm like, what time do you guys have to get here? And she was like, 2 o'clock. I don't even remember where that was. But anyway, this Dunkin' Donuts says there's one car there. And I don't see anybody. Maybe way back in the kitchen, but I don't see anybody. I have friends of mine that get up, like, so they'll get up at like 4:30. Like, these are like marathon runners. I want to become like that. Like, I want to become like a serious runner. I used to be such a big runner back in the day, and I don't really know how to get back into it. I guess I just start walking and then running. I don't know. I have a really good friend of mine, actually. She sent me a box right here. I wanted to talk to her on the phone today. I called her, she didn't answer. She's a friend of mine that I went to high school with, and she watches my vlog every single day. She watches all of my videos. She sent me a typewritten letter, and she sent me a bunch of treats and stuff for my sobriety birthday. Here, I'm just gonna show it right now to you guys, because this is so sweet. She sent me a really, really nice card. Here it is. Right here. And, oh, then I also got a Christmas card. Hold on, I want to shout this person out. Okay, I had to stop it because I was showing the card and I think I showed her address. So anyway, I got this card in the mail. Let me show it to you. It says, jiggle all the way. It's so cute, and you can see the little dog tail goes back and forth like that. Anyway, and this is from Lindy. And Lindy, I want to say, I think it's Lindy. I think I read your name right inside. And there's a little dog on the back. Oh my God. And so anyway, this is so sweet. And I want to say thank you for that. Okay, so my friend that I went to high school with, she watches every video that I post on every single channel. And before I read her letter or talk about her letter, I really want to talk to her first to see if she's okay with that. And I don't even know, like, girl, you could have just given these to me in person, but this was really sweet that I got this package in the mail. So, she made me a little care package for my sobriety birthday, and she got me Swiss rolls, Little Debbie Swiss rolls. This is adding to my fatness. The reason I was thinking about this was because, by the way, I have to read who sent them to me. They're sitting at home on the kitchen counter. But somebody sent me grasshopper cookies. I think that's probably what she sent me too. She did. She sent me. So somebody else sent me these grasshopper cookies right here. Okay. That are like chocolate mint. They're like thin mints, like Girl Scout cookies. So what is this? Keebler? Keebler kind of like redoes all of the what do you call it? The Girl Scout cookies. But anyway, somebody else sent them to me, and I have another package of these at home from Amazon, and I literally have eaten like half of them already. Okay, but this is the thing. I love these, you guys. I absolutely, absolutely adore these. But when I talk about grasshopper cookies that my dad used to buy me when I was a kid, he used to buy me, okay, they were like Oreos, but the cream fill was like a mint vanilla taste, and that's what they were. And it was bright green. It was like this bright green filling, and they were called grasshoppers. They weren't these, but I do love these, by the way. So she sent me these. And then she sent me this bird feeder. And this I absolutely love, so that I can put it somewhere and watch the birds. And it's a bunch of bird seed. So I have to find a place to hang this. I think I'm gonna hang it right behind our house in the trees by the woods. Isn't that so cool? I thought that was so sweet. But anyway, girl, I called you today. You need an answer your phone, so you need to call me back, because I know. And I saw you up on the social media right afterwards. So call me! Oh my God! But wasn't that so sweet that people sent me that? So I gotta put this letter in here. It's so funny, like, people, like, in my, you know, for 3 years of being on YouTube, well, 3.5, okay, so I started in May, so over 3.5 years on BookTube, over 3 years on my Peter Monn channel, on a regular basis, committed to. My vlog channel is coming up on the end of 3 years, and then Peterisms and my review channel, I just passed a year, and then my Peterisms channel is over a year. What's weird about this is that now, more than ever, look, right there, you can see it, is the straw, or the cranberry Sprite billboard. Now, for the first time ever, it's really strange. People in my real life are actually watching my videos. Like, I'll catch, like, Alex watching some of my videos, and they very rarely watch my drama videos, of course, because they're like, well, we don't really know what these people are, who these people are, what's going on with them. But like, everybody in my personal life, I don't know what this is about, but everybody in my personal life, from Caroline to my friend from high school to Caroline, all of my family, literally all my family watches my review videos. Alex's family watches my review videos. Liliana was telling Alex that she watches my review videos. His mom said that she watches my review videos to see what I think about certain food. Sarah tonight was like, I haven't watched her video tonight yet, you know, and she was like, I want to get home and watch it so bad, and I was showing her, like, the products that I had reviewed, and I was like, I would give them to you, but I really want to keep this one, you know. And it's so funny in that everybody really likes the review channel, and I'm like, this is so crazy that, you know, it took me 5 channels to get to a point of doing something that it just must appear to other people how happy I am on that channel or something. I don't know what it is, but I just love that channel, and I just kind of get to be my goofy self over there, you know, and I do legitimate reviews over there. So that's very cool. And I have a lot of people reaching out to me to review stuff. But half the stuff they send out to me, half the stuff they want to review to me, like I sit there for a second and I really think, like, okay, I got somebody that reached out to me and they wanted me to review, like, their, I mean, we could use these too, so it's not like if I reviewed them and liked them that, you know, we could use them afterwards. But they wanted me to review these handheld, like, hand vacuums. They're not expensive. They're like both, like, they're like 2 of them and they're less than like $20 each. And I was like, is there a way for me to do that that would be, like, funny and, like, original on my channel? Because, like, that's what I always think, you know? Because sometimes people will send me out, they'll, like, we'll send you out one of each of our products in our Amazon store, and their Amazon store literally has, like, 20 products, and I go look, and these people are willing to send me, like, hundreds of dollars worth of products for free to review. And I mean, it's crazy stuff, you guys. But I'm like, I would never use this. Like, there's no reason for me to even have this stuff. Like, I would never use it. I'm not gonna take it and then resell it. Like, I think that that's so wrong to do that, you know? And I received so many nice things back. There's this, like, you know, I don't do the PR stuff anymore, but, like, I just give that stuff away. When I review the advent calendars, I just give that stuff away. Like, you know, I have, like, bags in my kitchen for, like, this is for Tanya, and this is for, oh my God, Mel knows. I mean, Mel has, like, I've got, like, 5 things to send to Mel that I haven't sent yet because I need to get the right size box. She laughs about that all the time. And, so she's like, yeah, I always wonder if I'm getting that package because she was supposed to get it before Halloween. You know, and like for the kids and Liliana, I have like a box over there for Carlos and stuff. You know, if I get any, like, if I review any masculine products that we don't want, I always save them for Carlos, you know. And then I just, when we see them, I give them that stuff. And so, like, and that's why I like to buy the stuff that I review. Not that I'm opposed to getting free stuff, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, if people want to start sending me stuff to review, I'm completely fine with that. But if it's not something, like, I don't want clutter around my house. So if it's not something that we're gonna use, or something that if it's not something that I honestly think that I would use, chances are I probably won't review it. Like, there just doesn't seem like there's a point in that to me, you know what I mean? And I think that they should probably, it's like with BookTube. I have people that reach out to me all the time, and they're like, hey, I'd like to send you a copy of my book, and it is about the year, you know, 4562, and the Earth is gone, and on the planet Trialstar, 2 bugs are in love, and I'm like, this is nothing I would ever read. Like, not in a million years, I would never pick up this book. And if I like see the email, because I get so many emails on my BookTube channel, if I see the email in time, I try to email them back and be like, hey, thank you for considering me, because I know what it's like to be an author and have people not respond to you. And I'll be like, but like, go check out like Connor O'Brien, because Connor O'Brien reads a lot of science fiction, you know, or somebody like that. I'll be like, you know, like, here, go check them out. But like, you can send me a copy and I'll hold it up in my channel and be like, hey, this is so-and-so, you should go check them out. But the chances are I probably won't read it. And then they just never respond. I'm like, okay, it is what it is, you know? So. The other thing is, with the review channel, it's like when people do send you products, you know, it's usually, like, first of all, they don't understand this, okay? They're like, can we send you this product? We would like you to review it. Here are some talking points. And I'm always like, look, I do honest reviews on my channel. I'm not doing talking points, period. I'm not doing any talking points. So if you want me to review your product, that's fine. But A, I'm giving it a 100% honest review, and B, I'm gonna present it in the way that I wanna present it, not in the way that you're telling me to present it. It's my channel. And, okay, we'll send out the product this week. Oh, and I also always say in there, I don't know when I will get to the review, right? Like, that means I could get to the review in June. I have no idea when I'm gonna get to it, because if I wake up and I don't feel like doing this review, I'm not gonna do a review that I feel like I have to do. That I didn't start that channel to feel confined, to have it, you know what I mean? So then I'll get an email from them, and they'll be like, this is really only one company that I'm talking about. And then I'll get an email from them, and it was a product that I really, to be honest with you, didn't really want to review to begin with. And I was really hesitant to review it at first. And they were like, and it's just, the only reason why is because I was like, it is something that I would use. But the only reason I was hesitant about it was because I was like, I don't really know how I can make this. I mean, it's not something that I couldn't make funny or fun, but it was just like, it's very technical to show like all the details with it and whatever. And so I was gonna have to like kind of like read some of the like instructions and reading points, because it would be confusing otherwise. Anyway, that was where I was like, this is gonna be a complicated video. And I said that to them. I said, you know, my videos are fun and lighthearted and blah, 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 whatever. We love your channel. We would love to send this product to you, blah, 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 whatever. I was like, okay. I don't know when I'll be able to get it up. You know, I don't do talking points, because they had a list of talking points. I said, this is not a sponsor, because like in sponsored videos, they'll say, we want you to talk about these talking points. You know, here's your code, or this is where a certain amount of the percentage of proceeds goes to this donation, or they want you to say something in there, which I think that's fair when you're doing an advertisement or a collaboration sponsorship. That's fair, you know. An integration, a paid integration is what they're called. But when I'm reviewing a video, that's on me. That's like you handed me this product and said, review this honestly, right? Like, nobody's gonna tell me what to do. So, I get the product, it comes in the mail, it's bigger than I thought it would be, it's taking up all kinds of space, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna do this review. Like, I look at it and I'm like, I don't have any idea how I'm gonna do this review. So, I emailed them and I'm like, I got the product. I'm not really sure what to do with this. And they're like, well, these are the talking points that we want you to talk about. And I said, oh, no. I said, no, I'm very nice about it. I'm not rude, you know? And I'm like, hey, you know, like, oh, thank you. I'm sorry, did you misunderstand? Like, you know, I told you, like, I don't do talking points in my review videos. Like, yes, I will talk about, I mean, like, if the things in there say, like, hey, it's this amount of money, or it's this, and you can find it here, and this, I'll talk about that kind of stuff. Like, I don't care, right? But I was like, but they were wanting me to talk about things like, it's better than this product, or it's more efficient than this. And I was like, no, I don't know that to be true, so I'm not going to do that. And so then they got real challenging with me. And they're like, well, those are the things that we want you to say in the video. And if you're not going to say those things in the video, then return the product. And I was like, I wrote them back and I said, okay, I'm confused. Like, I thought that we agreed that I was going to review the product in the way that I do my reviews, and that they would be, you know, I was going to do an honest review and whatever. And you mind you, I didn't even really want to review this product, right? And this woman got so nasty with me. She was like, we never agreed to an honest review. This was going to be an I said, no, I said in there, no, this is an honest review. I don't do talking points. This is not a paid. And I said, if you go back to my original email, and I referenced it, I said, if you go back to my original email, I referenced in there, this is not a paid integration. This is a review on my review channel. It's not that deep, okay? It's not like I have 10 million subscribers over there. Let's just be for real. Anyway, she wrote me back and she said, we've decided to go in another direction. This is what they always say when they don't want to do it anymore. She said, we've decided to go in another direction. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Whenever I get an email from somebody and they'll say, we would really like to send you our products and we would like you to do, you know, a review of our products, you know, these great lollipops that we have here are our talking points. Oh, they're the greatest lollipops in the entire world. If you have these lollipops, you'll never need any other lollipops. And I always write them back and I say, thank you for considering me. I would love to review your lollipops. Just so you know, all of my reviews are on 100% honest reviews in my own opinion. And I always say that. And whenever I say that, I typically get like an email back that will say, oh, thank you for informing us. We've decided to go in another direction, or we've decided to go with somebody else, or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, you just don't want an honest review because you don't stand behind your products. So anyway, she emailed me back and she said, we've decided to go in another direction. Could you please return the products, or something like that. I can't remember even how she said it. And she said, you know, like, link us your, you know, PayPal or Venmo or something and we'll reimburse you for the shipping. I was like, no, ma'am. I just shipped it back and I just paid for it myself. And I was like, I ended up having to pay like $15 to ship this thing back. And I thought, first of all, I think it's rude. You sent it to me for a review and now you're asking me to send it to you back. Okay, number one. Number two, whatever. I didn't really care. Number two, if I wanted it, I could go out and buy it. Number two, I was like, and then you're like, I have to do all this Venmoing mess. No. You should just send me a shipping label. So anyway, I was like, I'm just shipped it back. And I was like, I'm not dealing with this mess anymore. I'm not dealing with these people anymore. And I'm going to do the reviews the way that I want to do my reviews. And so anyway, I sent it back to them. I never heard from them again. I love that channel though. I have so much fun on that channel. And then there's been some people that have been really, really nice. The Pura people, the Pura people that was like the, what do you call it? The thing that you put into the wall scent thing. They were fantastic. And then this other person that sent me this, I still haven't reviewed it yet, and it's been sitting, and they've been like awesome about it. They'll email me and be like, hey, we're just checking in again. And I'm like, okay, I promise I'll get it up sometime in the next 2 weeks. And they're like, no problem. The projector that you can watch movies on, like outside or whatever, or inside, you know, on a wall, they were been really nice to me. And I'm trying to think of who else I've reviewed stuff. Oh my God, that one guy that sent me the box, he was so nice. All the man box or something like that, or whatever that box was. I really liked that box, actually. He was really nice. Yeah. You can kind of tell too with like paid sponsorships and stuff like that, and I just like, and I mean, I don't do a lot of them. In all honesty, I don't get offered a lot. And when I do, like, sometimes it just doesn't feel right. Sometimes it just, you know, it's funny because if you watch my drama videos, you'll know they always get like more out of it than they pay everybody else, because I just can't shut up long enough to like, so I ended up doing like a 4-minute integration, which you're only usually paid for like a 30-second one, which is like in videos, you'll say, hey, I just want to thank you, Taco Bell, for sponsoring this video today. To Taco Bell, you can get the chalupa box. Okay, into this video. You know what I mean? And they'll, you know, that's like what you're supposed to do, and they're totally fine with that. But I'm always like, and this is what a chalupa looks like, and it comes in this shape, and it's so delicious, and I love this, and you should. I always do like more than I need to do, you know what I mean? But anyway, I don't mind. I like it. You know, I'm like, throw in a couple bags extra of chips for what they're paying for, you know? But I don't get a lot of people that reach out to me, but the ones that do, I seem to have like really good like working relationships with. Like, they seem just really to be nice people. So yeah, I've had some really good experiences with sponsorships. But I know people that do sponsorships all the time, like get offered sponsorships all the time, but I don't. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I wish I did. I can turn it out doing those sponsorships. I love doing it. They're always like, what's your idea? Like, what would you say? And I'm like, well, let me say this. Let me kind of run with it, you know? And they're like, okay. And I'm like, just trust me. I know what I'm doing. They're like, okay. They're totally cool with it. Or the other thing that happens, you guys, like, this is so bad. Like, I will go and look and see, I was just gonna say, by the way, y'all know I got the Adam and Eve sponsorship. Like, I didn't really know how I was gonna make that into, like, I didn't know how I was gonna do it. Like, I got offered that sponsorship, and all these drama channels were getting offered, and I was like, how am I gonna do this Adam and Eve sponsorship on my channel, right? And I have, like, no idea. And, so I did it like as a Jane and Vivian call, and it just, I ended up having a lot of fun with it. But let me just tell you, I have had so many people reach out to me and thank me for doing that sponsorship, because they're like, you know, like, that's something that like I don't talk about with my husband, or that's something I wouldn't talk about with my wife, or we don't talk about those things, but you've opened up a conversation, and, you know, we were watching your video and we were like, hey, should we order something fun for Christmas and whatever. So listen, you guys, if you want, I always try to, like, for Christmas or birthdays and stuff, like for each of us, like for Alex, without getting, you know, TMI on it, like I always try to like buy something kind of fun, you know, like massage oils or something, you know what I mean? Like something that you can do that's kind of romantical and kind of spices things up, even if it's just for, you know, a lot of you women out there, like lingerie or whatever. But you guys should go check out adamandeve.com, and my code is Peter, okay, and I will put it in the comment section below if I remember. If not, just reach out to me and ask. You get 50% off one item and free shipping and handling. Like, that's a pretty big deal. And I think, like, people think when you go there, it's just all, like, sex toys, which is not necessarily the case. Like, if you go there, there's a lot of things. There's, like, oh my God, my battery is dying. There's games for, and this video is not sponsored, by the way, just so you guys know. There are games, there are like fun things. I mean, there's just like cute stuff. There's gifts that you can buy people, like a best friend, like a gag gift and stuff. And they come discreetly to your door, so you don't have to worry about like it coming in a big, and everybody being like, oh my Lord, look what she got across the street, Harold. Can you see that thing? So anyway, you know what I mean? But if you're interested, it's code Peter. You just put it in at the end, and I'll try to link it at the end. I'm just trying, listen, I don't think a lot of people knew that I did it, so I'm just like trying to like let people know so they can use that, you know, while the code is still available. But anyway, you guys, my other battery is at home charging because it was completely dead when I left, so I don't have it. So I'm gonna have to stop this vlog now, but I said it was gonna be short, then it ended up going longer than I did. But I hope you guys are having an amazing Thursday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, don't have other plans. Make the most of your day. Enjoy it. Do something fun. Do something that you will be proud of when you look back on it. And if nobody else has told you this today, I'm looking at you. I love you. And make sure that you look at yourself every single day in the mirror and you do positive affirmations. You say to yourself, I love you. You are valuable. You are important. You matter. Good things are coming your way. And 2020 is going to be your best year yet. And most importantly, make sure that you pass it on to somebody else. We need to start saying that to get that vibration going. 2020 is going to be our best year yet. 2020 is going to be my best year yet. 2020 is going to be my best year yet. We certainly get that vibration mantra going, right? And 2020 is going to be my best year yet. And most importantly, make sure that you pass it on to somebody else and let them know how important they are to you. If you made it this far in the video, put a little Christmas tree emoji in the bottom. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya! It's gonna stop any second now. Watch. 1,